welcome to another video. Sorry for the delay, it's been a while since the last one, and do not chug an entire mug of coffee in one hit. Clinton Jones, formerly of the Corridor Crew, now has his own YouTube channel called Ponisher. And on that channel, every 6 months, there'll be a new community challenge for 3D and 2D artists to take a template scene, animate their own twist on it, and then submit that to be included in a giant montage. So yeah, I am rapidly running out of time to complete what I've done, but hopefully this gives you an inkling of where it's going to be headed, and hopefully is interesting enough to keep you around for part 2. Oh, yeah. So here's a fun fact. I managed to destroy an hour's worth of video editing by dragging in a live clip from OBS that was still being recorded at that point, crashing shortcut, not being able to save my edits, and having to start again from an hour earlier with only about 3 clips. Apologies in advance for the quality of the editing going forwards. I did have a nicely edited video, but I managed to self-destruct it, so maybe the next video will be well produced. Shortcut, if you're listening, please do add an autosave feature because that would be very much appreciated. So the first one I appear to have lost. Have I? Well, this is good. I can't actually find the original file. I did a version with the car from Death Race 2000, but I guess I've lost that now. So, oh yeah, this is a bit later on. This is me messing around with toon shaders. Kind of skipping ahead. This is how it's going to look if I can figure out a better way to actually do the toon effect. So this is the Chevy, and I need to do some more modelling for the lights at the back and some various bits, but that's kind of what it's going to look like. And then I've got, obviously, some eggs and chorizo, because I don't know why I modelled that. I went way off the rails with this one, because this was supposed to be just testing physics stuff. I don't even know if this renders. Did it render? I don't know if it will play real time. Will it play real time? Yes, it will, maybe. So I was doing a quick test to see what it looked like if you did. So this was just a quick, it was supposed to be a quick render test to see what things looked like at actual scale. So if I made a house and everything to scale for the car, how fast the car was traveling. Because I did all this and even started modeling a little guy. And adding detail to the car, which I know I'm not going to use anyway because I'd already had the idea at this stage to do the Fear and Loathing scene. So yeah, I don't know if I can, maybe I can append to this one. Let's do, I want to append the cat characters. Let's just do, oh god. Got a bit of a scaling issue here. This is kind of indicative of what it will look like in the final version, so I'm going to do a toon shader on everything, but I'm going to find a better way to do the toon shader so it's a bit more dynamic than here because it doesn't animate with the camera move. The characters I'm going to rig and pose so they won't be sticking their feet through the bottom of the car in a T-pose like the Flintstones. The eyes perhaps won't glow for, I don't know when they're glowing. And I'm going to animate some bats, obviously, some scenery in the desert, and it'll probably look like this initial animation, which I'm going to show next. So this is the first mock-up. So yeah, this kind of gives you an idea of where I'm trying to get to with it. So this was an old model of a cat I had from another thing I was making. So the idea is, if you can see here, I will animate some decent looking bats, and then he's gonna try and swat the bats away and then drive off. So that this is what the final product will look like. I've got to do a bit better with the animation for the weight of the car on the suspension, some steering, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna do the shaders to be like cartoony. I did do some tests with suspension, modeling suspension, with actual physics. Is this animated? Oh, I was trying to procedurally animate the wheels. Again, not important. In Blender, they're called drivers, I think. Yeah, there we go. So, don't ask me why I spent so much time doing this, but I mocked out an entire scene. And this thing here, this purple thing in Blender, it's what's called a driver, an animation driver, and it procedurally or programmatically, parametrically sets the rotation of the wheel based on the Y position, or sorry, the X position of the car. And then the other wheels are set to that same rotation. Yeah, copy rotation, this modifier here. I might use this maybe, but I think I'm just gonna, given the car has no spokes on the wheels and the rims, you don't really need to see the wheels spinning. I'll just do that with animations or some grease pencil or something instead. So anyway, yeah, that's it so far. This is the terrible mock-up of the... Oh, actually, yeah, I will show you one more thing. Yet another thing I didn't need to make and was completely pointless, and I spent way too long on, is I wanted to get a picture. I think someone posted in the Discord about the speed of the vehicles. And so I wanted to mock up a street to scale, in a way, for the car, to then get an impression of how fast the car was moving. But then I wasted way too much time adding volumetrics, weather effects, simulated cloth for random trash in the street, and modelling the guy and all this other kind of stuff, which again was like a massive distraction from the actual task of doing the thing I already had a plan to do. So if I don't ever complete this, this is the reason why. I just wasted like a whole day, in effect, making a mock-up scene just to test the theory. So I probably could have done this a lot easier. I don't even know why I did it. So anyway, that was the other thing I made in the process of doing this. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye for this video, and then next time, hopefully, I will have something finished for you to then show you, and maybe I'll have something actually submitted to then be included in the final montage that Clint himself uploads. So see you next time.